Raiders tight end Brock Bowers ruled doubtful. Wide receiver Jakobi Meyers a question mark. ESPN. Imagine the heart-pounding excitement of an NFL showdown where every play could swing the game. But what happens when key players are sidelined by nagging injuries? That's the gripping reality facing the Las Vegas Raiders as they gear up for their clash with the Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday. It's a situation that has fans on the edge of their seats, wondering if their stars can rise to the challenge or if they'll be forced to watch from the sidelines. But here's where it gets controversial. Should players push through pain for the sake of team success, or does sidelining them prevent long-term damage? We'll dive into the details, but trust me, this injury saga is just the tip of the iceberg for Raider Nation. Ryan McFadden, ESPN contributor, October 17, 2025, 6:13 p.m. Eastern. Ryan McFadden is the go-to expert on the Las Vegas Raiders for ESPN's NFL Nation. Before joining ESPN, he served as a beat reporter for the Denver Broncos at the Denver Post and covered the Baltimore Ravens along with University of Maryland athletics for the Baltimore Sun. Henderson, Nevada. In a positive turn of events for the Las Vegas Raiders, tight end Brock Bowers returned to the practice field on Friday after battling a knee issue. However, the outlook for his participation in Sunday's crucial matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs remains uncertain, with sources classifying him as doubtful. Both Bowers and wide receiver Jakobi Meyers, who are dealing with knee and toe problems, respectively, were limited in their involvement during Wednesday's and Thursday's sessions. Meyers, on the other hand, is listed as questionable, leaving a glimmer of hope for his availability. Jakobi participated more extensively than Brock did, explained Coach Pete Carroll in his post-practice comments. Meyers really bounced back well, and we're optimistic he'll be ready to go. As for Brock, this was his first real workout here in quite some time. His sessions throughout the week have been impressive. I observed him working closely with the trainers, and he's progressing nicely. We're very close to having him back. For those new to football jargon, a doubtful status means the chances of playing are slim, often less than 50%, while questionable suggests a coin flip scenario where the player might suit up if everything aligns. Bowers had been absent from action since October 1st, taking 2 weeks off to heal from a posterior cruciate ligament sprain and a bone bruise in his left knee. These injuries stemmed from the Raiders' season-opening victory over the New England Patriots, as reported by ESPN's Adam Schefter. Initially, Bowers attempted to keep playing despite the discomfort, but his performance suffered noticeably. He couldn't move at full speed or evade defenders effectively, leading to a drop in productivity. Over weeks 2 through 4, he managed only 14 receptions for 122 yards, averaging a modest 8.7 yards per catch, before the team wisely decided to bench him for recovery. As for Meyers, Coach Carroll revealed that his injury occurred during a 16-yard reception in the fourth quarter of last week's 20-10 triumph over the Tennessee Titans. Through the first 6 games of the 2025 season, Meyers has racked up 29 catches for 329 yards. However, his output has slowed recently. He's averaged just 33.7 yards per game in the last 3 contests, down from a robust 76 yards per game in the opening 3 weeks. Raiders offensive coordinator Chip Kelly offered some insight into Meyers' situation, emphasizing a broader perspective. Much of this can simply be a natural part of the game, he said. I don't focus on week-to-week fluctuations. Instead, I evaluate over the entire season. He's undoubtedly our top wide receiver, and the attention he draws from defenses, both in coverage and overall focus, means opposing teams across the league recognize his importance. To break this down for beginners, Meyers is essentially the Raiders' go-to target, commanding double-team coverage that opens up opportunities for teammates. His recent dip in yards might stem from tough matchups or defensive adjustments, But Kelly's view highlights how football stats can ebb and flow, and a player's true value shines through consistency over time. And this is the part most people miss. With Bowers and Meyers potentially out, how will the Raiders adapt their playbook? Will they lean on backups or innovate with new strategies? It's a fascinating puzzle, especially against a powerhouse like the Chiefs. But let's stir the pot a bit. Some fans argue that sidelining star players too early weakens the team's resilience, forcing them to prove toughness in the trenches. Others counter that prioritizing health prevents career-ending setbacks, like those we've seen in past seasons with other elite talents. What do you think? Is it smarter to play through pain for the win, or protect players for the long haul? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear if you agree with forcing rest or disagree with the conservative approach. Could this become a trend in the NFL, or is it just good old-fashioned coaching wisdom? Let's discuss.